go back here next to the Texas Tigers?
So who is least annoying?
Probably 3, the pretty one.
Yeah.
So
that's what I was thinking, because the other one's like
right.
so playful and
I think she'll probably do better back there with the boys. Okay, so one is going to have which 2 cages?
the one she's in,
Right.
and the one next to Zeus and Keisha.
Oh, okay. So one will be here, and then cat 2 will have these 2, and then 3 will have this one big cage.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the Texas Tigers will have the rest of those. Okay.
The only thing it's gonna, let me see, how does that work? Have we had 3 sets of cats out here and been able to send them on vacation?
Let me think.
Because if you put Joseph all the way in the end, then there's an empty. You could move the Texas Tigers into the current empty cage, and then one of the Texas Tigers has a tunnel, right?
Yes, I'm trying to think. It's like, okay, the big cage, and then, okay, the big cage, a regular cage, the jaguar cage, and then the tree cage. This is the one that has the tunnel.
Yeah, so we have plenty of cages to move them down when that one can finally go on vacation.
Okay.
So then I'll give those cats to Keisha. Can eventually have this one where Zeus is.
Yeah.
So that's all of them.
I know it's like, I don't know that there's a solution for it, but these guys are she is an instigator, and it is.
I think the only cat that wouldn't cause a problem over there is Zeus, but that's a big space for him.
I know, but he's like pulling at the door. If you look at that wire on the door, it's all bent up because he is over there just pulling on that door. I just wish, and she at first she didn't care, but now she's deliberately going over there instigating things.
I wonder if we could put hot wire on it.
What was the question?
Put hot wire on the shared wall between these 2 cats.
To keep them from messing with each other?
Yeah. Or
I was just trying to think who we could put over there that just doesn't care. The only one I could think of that just doesn't care is Zeus, and that's just a lot of, like she said, that's a lot of cage for a cat that's not very active. But but at least he wouldn't care. But I'm just wondering who else we could put over there. But I don't know that we have anybody else we can really put over there. But yeah, she's just turned into a little instigator.
we need those vulture sprinklers. Come on, every hour. They probably like it.
Yeah, they probably hang out there.
So
Cameron wouldn't. If we put him on their side of the cage, Cameron wouldn't. And Zabu doesn't like to get sprayed either.
I mean, we wouldn't have to get something as elaborate as those vulture sprinklers. We could just get a misting system timer and a regular sprinkler there.
I can't imagine that's going to run off anything but a lion.
What?
The sprinklers, I can't imagine it would run anything off but a lion.
Well, that's the one causing the problems.
Yeah.
If he's not over there, then there's no issues.
He's the one that's...
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong set of greens.
Yeah, no, we're talking about Cameron and Zabu and Kali.
Oh.
Because Kali has turned into a little instigator.
At least they keep each other amused.
So then, all these cages have to be empty to put in the new building.
Right, so those are all in. Okay, so where's everybody going?
Well, we're talking about connecting this to Moses and Bailey so we can shift them for movements. Then I was going to move, because this is a really nice cage right on the corner of Sassy's. I was going to move Tonga there.
Okay.
So he's right across from Zuletta and Santino, so you can see the yellow circle and the white circle.
Okay.
And
that's a cage we use for the feeding tour anyway. So, I'm sorry.
I said it's an educational moment to compare white and why that's wrong.
Okay.
And then that kind of max cage is kind of hidden off the tour path, so I was thinking on Will, because they're kind of usually hidden. Then where Aspen is, I was going to put Pharaoh.
In that whole, both of those cages?
Yeah, so he could have the option of going off the tour path if he's scared.
Pharaoh.
We'll see how he acts. I mean, he's kind of gotten less scared the older he gets.
Okay.
And
Oh,
then
yeah. It's no big
Bobcat
deal.
up in Rises, so that puts like Mose and Bailey, Southern Bobcat, Northern Bobcat, Lynx, like all those different looking Bobcats and Lynx all across from each other.
Okay.
We
Then-
left, who is this? Little Doves moved to Pretender's old cage.
Oh, yeah, so that's Little Dove. Okay.
And we're going to leave Tiger Lily there because these are kind of like the scaredy
Right.
cats.
So
We could put Cricket up here next to Tonga in the Mickey's old cage
Okay.
to try to keep the servals together.
Okay. Okay.
And then, let's see.
So that gives us this cage empty, that cage empty, that cage empty.
Well, we have JoJo moved from here.
Oh, so
he could go next to Tut and have the different hybrids.
Okay. Okay.
Perfection could stay where she is, but we could put Nirvana up where Grace used to be. Maybe she would come in for a feeding tour.
Okay, so put Nirvana back up here. Okay.
Do you think she would?
She used to be on the keeper tour and the feeding tour, and she used to come out. I think she just got mad at us when she we were starting to move all that crap around, and I think she's just like, she's holding a grudge.
And that cage just doesn't really have a lot of the.
Oh, hang on, it's Fern. Yes, sir. What's up? Yes, he is. He's all locked up and ready to go. Yes, the vacation's ready for you to go in and mow. Okay. All right, thank you.
So
Okay.
then you'd have your hybrids, your ocelots. We just put Breezy over there by the
wait,
cool-
where did we put Breezy?
by the
Nirvana's
Nirvana's
old
old cage by the cabana.
Yes, Breezy. Let me write her in there.
Um,
Okay, so
then-
right now we have that cage, that 2x4 that Tommy was in is still all empty.
Yeah, I was looking at it yesterday, and it's like this. It would be better hooked up to Tut's cage, and
Yes.
then that taken down and hooked up to Ariel because they all share
Yes.
the same safety.
I was gonna suggest that way because Ariel, all of that, and I just need to build her tunnels up a little bit. But yes, that would make more sense, and she could have all of that, and he could have all of that. So is that okay? So we just need to do a little. We could get rid of that safety gate on this cage because we don't really need it because we have a safety gate that goes into those two sides on the middle between this one and this one. That's a safety gate area, and then
Yeah.
because there's a tunnel on the back. So we could just put the tunnel right there. Do you want a ground tunnel instead of an overhead one this time?
Yeah,
Okay.
and like a normal sized cat tunnel, not a
Right.
hybrid size.
Right. Okay. And then this will
But it
all
could be like
Ariel.
a red shirt cat sized tunnel
Right. Okay.
because we'll probably end up keeping this small
Okay.
cats. So let's see, and then Angie over here, because like we have this empty cage behind the storage shed where she used to live. We can just connect it to where she is now.
And have her have all of that.
And I want her to have the other half of Jeannie's cage.
Yeah, I just haven't had
It
it on.
doesn't
It
matter.
just
Just give it to her. You
What's
don't
in
have
it?
to do.
well,
take the-
we'll have to at least
shape
rake
up.
it. We'll have to. I need to at least rake it and put something in there. There's nothing in there. There's no den. There's nothing for her to hide in.
But
So.
you can let her decide if she wants to be in there.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Well-
and plus she'll have the alcohol thing too, so she can go lots of places.
Okay.
And then so all of those moves basically leave our empty cages just in the middle of sections off the tour
Okay.
path.
Okay.
So
Maybe
we
we
should-
could look at them to add them to other cages nearby.
Who's going into? So we're going to leave Feather's cage
Ready?
empty, or is
Um,
that where we're going to put? Where are we putting Andy back? I know
Where
you
she
talked
lives.
about you're just going to leave her back here.
Yeah,
instead of
these
moving
three
her up
are
and
gonna
then-
stay red cats.
Oh. Okay.
Because there's no reason to move her out of there. That we don't need that cage for anybody. She likes to be hidden.
Okay.
Um,
Because Feather's cage is kind of hidden.
it's just small,
Yeah.
and it really could just be it's got a safety entrance already to perfection. It could just have a tunnel on the other side of the safety entrance.
Yes. So you want to put that on the list and just let perfection have that? Okay. So let's talk about order. Then now that we figured out where everybody is going to go, tell me the order.
Well, we
that
can
you
move
want.
4 whenever. We can move them today.
Oh, I thought you meant 4 as in 4 cats, not number 4. Okay. So
It's got a big platform. It's got a leopard-sized den, and then that would get who's going there? Aspen's cage ready.
Okay. All right. So number 4.
Or we could just move them the next time we're moving cats around.
I want to go back
Thursday.
there and just check it and see with all the storm and everything, just make sure and see if it's got even any grass. I mean, we may need to re-grass seed it just so. Okay, number 4, back cage behind J and Armani, rake and grass seed if needed. That's probably all we'll need to do.
Yeah,
And
I just
so
looked
that
at
should
it
be
yesterday.
okay. Good. So, did it look like it needed to be raked?
I wasn't really looking for that. I was looking
Okay.
for platforms and
Didn't
stuff.
Okay.
What
All
is-
right.
Wait, what's happening?
We're stealing your chair.
But that's where I take my naps when I don't feel good.
We'll give you a leather one.
And when I have to stay here for rescues and whatnot.
You
It's
have
my
a
sleeping
full
chair.
RV.
Why are they taking the chair?
I don't know. But it's Howard's chair, so I can't really argue.
Oh, okay. It's like he's like, I want my chair back. All right.
Could one of you just shut this?
Do you not want the top of the?
We'll come back and get it.
I'm waiting for them to shut that so we can go upstairs.
Oh, we're going that way.
It's right there. I want to get on
Yeah.
the rest instead.
Is it
You
blocked
just-
open?
You gotta undo the thing. Go it all the way back. There you go.
Well, I don't know, Jamie. I'm moving a twin bed out of the Panther Palace. We could just put you a twin bed over against that wall over there, and you could
This
have.
is like the most comfortable chair I've ever had. I hope it's going to
Well,
anyhow.
wait, where are you going with my recliner? Are we still? Oh yes, we're still live. Okay. All right. So we just need to check that to see if it needs raking and grass seed, and that should be good. All right.
So
then
then
what
the,
would be
the
next?
first one that needs to move, we're kind of waiting till we see if that
Right.
happens.
Right.
Is Jumanji, so that needs a platform. Because once he moves, then we could get the cougar cubs moved over.
All right. So Jumanji is going in. Tiger Lily. Okay. So
That's just been renovated recently.
right. It
It might
just,
need to be mowed again by now.
We need to make the doors bigger. Those are just little bobcat-sized
yeah.
doors.
It might need bigger lockouts and bigger.
Yeah, and we could probably, because there's lockouts everywhere. We probably should go over there and look and see where do you want his lockout, and
He could
because you were going to show me where
be-
the tunnels and all that were anyway.
Can't you see? You can see those lockouts from the tour path, right?
If you stand right at the gate, you can see them in that inside, but you're not going to be able to see really the one on the other and the back on the other side.
I wonder if we could install one up here or something. So, because they could use them on the weekends for feeding tours.
Oh, Jumanji on the weekends instead. Okay, because really, so it would only be Friday that would be kind of missed out for a black leopard.
Well, yeah, or if you see, we can put that thing up front for Saber.
Okay. Well, we can when we go over and look and mark out where we need everything. Okay, so we need a bigger lockout. Actually, we need 2 because we need to be able to lock him on one side or the other, and needs a platform and enlarge the doors. Okay. So are we still giving her all of this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she'll still have all of we just need to clean it. Okay.
Yeah. And it
cut-
needs to be
and cut
checked
down
for
that door.
the trees again along.
Right, well, when I put on the thing, I said a full clean top to bottom,
Okay.
a full maintenance top to bottom. All right.
So, I guess until we get word about this stuff happening, we'll just focus on getting the leopards moved over here. So Jumanji would be first, so we can have all that for the cubs.
Well, we'd need to move JoJo, so we can move Running Bear and Little White Dove to move Cheaty.
Yeah. We're gonna have to move somebody somewhere temporarily, probably to make all of these moves. Because we
Okay.
can't move JoJo till we move Tonga, till we move Sassy. Like, we kind of have to. Let's see, where's Sassy going? Right there, Saber. So if we moved, if we did Jumanji, then Saber, we can move Rusty and Sassy.
But there's no platform or anything in that section for him.
Yeah, so he would be second for a platform.
Okay.
So as soon as they did that, we could move him.
All right. Let me make a separate platform list. Platforms.
And Jumanji's needs to have a really handicap ramp
Well,
or
I think
steps.
I think all of them need to
Yeah,
have
they really
handicap
do.
ramps.
But he's having
Okay.
he can't really get down from his platform to that first step really well at all right now.
There's too much of a
Yeah.
step there.
The rest of the steps he can just step down, but that one he like sits there and is like, I don't want to do it, and then you like both feet come.
So we
crashing
need
down.
like another little, so that the we need more closer together
Yeah.
levels. Okay.
Or a ramp, but I don't know that there's going to be a room for a ramp in that.
I
cage.
think the step down, like we did on Sassafras in this enclosure, where that ever, there's a little extra step down, and I think there's actually one on the back one in the back where 4 is going. I think if you see, it's like here's the platform, and then there's a little step right there, and then the platform. So there's a step for them to step down on. So okay, so Jumanji in